It's been the longest of seasons for Joe Cribbs, but the transition from a full autumn with the Bills to a full spring with the Stallions couldn't prevent little Joe from leading the USFL in rushing coming into this weekend. Statistics simply reaffirm what Cribbs had already proven in 4 NFL years with Buffalo, that he is as productive a runner and receiver as any back in football, the kind of player whose decision to leave the Bills for the Stallions greatly enhanced the USFL's prestige and credibility. Much has been made in some quarters of the notion that Cribbs came to Birmingham to return to the environment of his college glory days at Auburn, to be near his home of Sulligent, Alabama. But Joe told me this past Friday, that's not the story at all.
That really did not influence my decision. In fact, I had decided that Birmingham was going to be my home long before we even started negotiating with the Stallions. I had decided that I wanted to live here, and that was not because of the Birmingham Stallion. That was because of the city of Birmingham, which my days at Auburn, I was very happy here, and I know a lot of people here, and affiliations and things that I've made here made this the ideal city for me to live in.
Coming directly to this league from the NFL Pro Bowl, did you find it hard to motivate yourself to get up to play as hard in this league as you did in the NFL?
I think that on most teams, the starting units are pretty equal to the NFL. I think the overall depth of each team is somewhat less than in the NFL. I think a lot of teams would run into problems when they bring in their second units and third units, whereas in the NFL they would still be pretty strong. My situation is magnified because I left the NFL and I was a successful player in the NFL. Why would I jump? There's a lot of reasons, and I feel like that now that I'm here, probably even more than when I was with Buffalo, I'm getting more attention here, and I like to be under the eye. I like to be the focal point. I like for people to watch me and want to know what I'm doing.
One thing you may have given up is a sort of emotional reward. With your start in the NFL, had you continued that for 9-10 years, you might have wound up being considered one of the greatest running backs of all time, perhaps even a spot in the Hall of Fame. Do you worry about having given that up?
I couldn't just stay in the NFL for the idea of trying to chase Jim Brown and O.J. Simpson and Franco Harris when I wasn't being treated fairly, and I was definitely being undercompensated at Buffalo.
If you wind up leading the league in rushing as you're doing now, you'll finish ahead of at least 2 men who won the Heisman Trophy and some other backs whose names might be as well known to the general public as your own. Is there incentive in that for you?
Well, I just want to go out and play the best I can play. Right now, personal goals, that's a part of my game because I'm fairly highly competitive, and I do set a lot of personal goals. But I think from a team standpoint, I want to wear a crown. I want to be a champion, and I've enjoyed a lot of personal success in football from my high school days right on up until my professional level now, and I've never been on a championship team, and that's something that I want to accomplish before my career is over.